Hello, hello, you guys. Welcome to the Hot as Fuck podcast. I am your host, Samantha Nivens, and let's dive in. So, today's podcast, I'm literally recording on June 30th, 2025. So, it is the last day of the first 6 months of this year. Crazy, right? And I have been feeling this energy of just this first 6 months, I've accomplished so much. There has been so many lessons from me going after my goals, and my cup feels so full when I'm reflecting back on all of the things that I did and accomplished. And I'm using that as fuel and motivation, and also just evaluating what did work, what didn't work, what do I want to do different as I go into these next 6 months of the year. And the way that I'm looking at it is not like, I think most people are kind of like, oh my God, it's already June. Like, damn. I'm like thinking they didn't achieve as much as they wanted to. They should have done this. They should have done that. Wished they would have done this. And I want to give this podcast for you guys today to like totally change that narrative and that story, because I'm looking at it as like, holy shit. Like, all of the things that I have accomplished and done. And now that is fuel in my fire, because now I'm going to use that to take off like a freaking rocket ship over the next 6 months. I'm going to use that for me. Even the failures, you guys, even the down moments, even the challenges that had me like smacked on my freaking face, some things that I've never experienced in my entire life before. And I'm going to use all of that for me, for my life, to live even more energized and alive, and to achieve even more results in the next 6 months. I'm going to use it as my rocket ship fuel so that I can quantum leap, so that I can 10x, so I can double down on what I want over these next 6 months, not pull back, not wait because it's the middle of summer. Okay, fine. I'll just like kind of fuck around, do whatever for this next month. It's July and August, and then I'll get started in September. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Like, no, I want this to be like waving flags, like, oh gosh, I can't even think of their name right now. But like at the airport, the guy's waving the flags in to be like, no, you guys, let's like land the plane now. Get your plan of like who you want to be, what you want, where you want to go, and fucking take off towards that next destination now, tomorrow, today, and not wait any longer. Like, imagine the results that you get if you can squeeze all of the juice and get so much value and so much experience and so much love and so much momentum from the first 6 months of this year, instead of using it against yourself, or instead of you should be further, or instead of it being like the fucking dead weight ball and chain holding you back going into these next 6 months, or waiting for a few months and then going into a few months of like the rest of the year. No, let's cut those chains. Okay. Let's let it all go in the best way possible. So here's what we're going to do. I have 3 parts to deliver to you guys so that you can do this. Okay. So the first part, we're just like, let's just get right in. Okay. The first thing I want to offer for you to do, so you can feel really good about these last 6 months, the first 6 months of 2025, is we're going to reflect. And I want to offer for you guys to have a journal, a Google Doc, your notes app. I really would say like something more long form, but I like to use all 3 of those, to be honest with you. But have something where you can actually like do this work, and maybe you listen to it now and then you go do the work later, but do not skip this. Do not just listen to this and be like, oh yeah, that's great. That sounds really good, Samantha. Like, let's do it. And I'll offer you this. We are literally doing this in the Hot as Fuck membership. Today, this week together, we have a coaching call tomorrow, an hour-long coaching call. You have coaching access through me Monday through Thursday, every single week in there, as well as the community, as well as the modules to reflect on this information. So information like this and more. So if you want to actually get coached by me on any and all of these things and actually then do the work, now is the time to jump into the membership. I will drop the links below. And if you have questions on anything, you want to hop on a quick call, let me know on Instagram. Just DM me. Okay. All right. So get your notebook, get your journal out. All right. So first one is reflecting. This is part 1. So I want you guys to really reflect on these last 6 months and literally start to write out, because what happens is our brain goes to what we didn't do and how shitty it was and how we could have done more. I always say that's like it's looking to the left. It's our shit show thoughts where our brain goes 80% of the time. So I want you guys to turn to the right and look and see, holy shit, all of the things you accomplished, all of the things you got through. So I want you to, that is number 1. We're going to reflect. And this is not like, you guys, oh yeah, like the couple of big things, right? Like maybe there's like a few big things that happen, some medium things, and then you're kind of just like, yeah, that was it. No. This is like an extensive list. Like you grab your coffee and tea, okay? And this is where you are literally starting at January. And maybe you even have to look back in your calendar or look back in your journal. Look back in some kind of notes to draw your brain in your reference, and where you don't have the kids around and where you're at your best. Like go get out of the house with a journal and do this. All of the things. I'm talking all of the wins, whether it was like, it could have been like a conversation with somebody or multiple conversations. I'm talking all of the wins, all of the lessons, all of the experiences, all of the things that you want to take away from these first 6 months. Don't dismiss, don't gloss over. The more specific and the more juice, it's like literally you could just like, meh, kind of squeeze a lemon and get some juice. Or you could just twist that on the thing and get every little ounce of that juice. That's what I want you to do. This is your life. We want to remember and we want to extract all of the juice of you living your life, not just, oh, there goes another 6 months. There goes another year. Oh, I don't even know. What did I do? No. So get it all out. Do a brain dump of all of those things. And what I want to call out is, again, if your brain is like, well, that fucking sucked. I gained 10 pounds and it's like, well, hold on a second. What happened there? Something happened with your family life. Something happened with your husband's job. Something happened. And how did you navigate that? We're finding the wins and the lessons here. So this isn't, well, that fucking sucked and that didn't work. You want me to tell you everything, Samantha? No, that's looking to the left. That's what your brain always offers you. We're doing it different. We're going to look at, even if it was a failure and you got knocked to your fucking knees and your face fell flat in that mud and somebody stepped on you while your face was in the mud. What's the lesson from that? What are you taking away from that? What did you learn through the challenges, through the hard things? Yes? Okay. I'm going to share this analogy because I shared it with my clients in our group, and I just feel like it's kind of funny and maybe like hits home a little bit. And that is like, I was thinking of like Santa's list of all the kids on his list, right? He's got this scroll of like all the good kids, right? Like that get presents. And it's extensive, right? It's very long, right? Because these are kids all over the world. So your list should be very extensive, like Santa's list. And notice how the good kids, like if you're good, you get on Santa's good list, right? You get presents. That does not mean that's not a perfect list, that these children were perfect kids 100% of the time, 365 days for that year. No. That's not what it says. That's not what it is. They were on the nice list, right? Which means that they even had moments where they burst out and they had their tantrums, or they did not behave and they kicked and they screamed and they spilled the milk and they did whatever, right? They were not perfect. And they learned from those lessons. And so do you get to, right? We're not trying to this isn't a list of, oh, my life is rainbows and daisies, and I'll just call it all the perfect things that happened to me over these last 6 months. No. Yes. Put all of those, all of the small, medium, and large wins there, and all of those fucking challenges, all of the things that brought you to your knees, all of the things where you wanted to quit, or maybe you did quit and then you got back up, even if it was days later, weeks later, months later, all of that. What's the gold that you're taking away from it? What's the value? What's the lesson that you learned from any and all of the failures and challenges and obstacles? Okay. That's what we want to include on this list. This isn't just oh, life is perfect and happy and rainbows and daisies. Okay. Okay. So we're going to reflect. Some other things I want you to consider in this reflection is, what would the story read or look like? This may maybe help you to get it all out. It's like, if there was a movie being made about these first 6 months of your life. It's like, in movies, it's like there's the rise, right? It's like there's some kind of underdog or this person. And then we just watched Formula One last night. And it was like, oh, the underdog, the guy that didn't make it. And then he kind of comes back. And then he comes back and I'm just going to say this. He wins the Formula One. I'm sorry if that ruined it for you. I think you guys were going to get there anyway. So it's like, what's the story, right? He ran into a lot of challenges along the way to get there, right? So did you. What's your movie? What's your storyline? Maybe that helps you, or you want to write it out in that way. You could write it in bullets. You could write it in a story form. You could write it for each month. You could just have it for the whole 6 months. Like that's how it all gets out of you. Okay, next, I want you to consider, what experiences and memories do you want to capture from these last 6 months? So this is a little bit different than that first part. So that was the first part of reflecting, okay, and a couple different ways to do it. Next is, what are any and all the experiences and memories that you want to take from these last 6 months? It's not all just about, did I hit the goal? And did I continually achieve? And that is success. We are not fucking robots, okay? We are not just that's a very masculine way of looking and doing at things. And I'm all for some goals, obviously, and vision, but I'm also, we need some feminine, we need some flow in there. It's not just about the numbers or the thing. Did we get the thing? Ugh, holding on so tight to that. It's fucking, hey, this is called real life. We are humans. What were the memories you made that you're glossing over? Or you're like, well, I didn't lose all the weight, or I didn't make all the money, or I didn't find my dream partner yet. It's like, okay, but what experiences and memories did you create just for your life, period, right? And even on the journey to going towards any of those goals and visions. Did you meet somebody when you were on a walk or a run that you wouldn't have met and had a magical experience and moment with? That's an experience. That's a memory. That's a moment you could never forget for the rest of your life. Did you go to a group run and meet a new friend that now you have a new friend for the rest, a new bestie? What about that? These things matter too. When I was at the gym last year in the beginning of the year, and I started to lift a little bit more. And I went up and approached another girl who looked like she was working out like me and lifting, and she was just looking total baddie. And I just went up and introduced myself. And we've been friends now for over a year, best friends. I feel like she's my bestie here now. We both feel that way. We love each other. And we were total strangers before that, and just met at the gym. That was an experience and a memory that I will never forget for the rest of my life. And now we get to reap the rewards of that. So this is also, take note and take stock of those things. What experiences and memories? Maybe it's something you did with your kids, whether it was for spring break or on a random fucking Saturday in April, right? The boys graduated kindergarten and third grade. And like, I have this memory of Waylon. I'm glad I'm putting this on the podcast here because I've made it as a note in our shared document for like, I use a Google Doc, by the way, you guys. I just started this. So it's not, instead of like a baby book where it's like written down, it's like a Google Doc where I'm like, any little cute, fun things about the boys, I'm like making a little note of and be like, ooh, I'm going to add this. And I can even add pictures to it. It's shared with their dad, so we can both add to it. So we can look back and so they can look back, right? And remember these things that we may not remember in 5, 10, 15 years more, right? So anyway, so fun memory from Waylon was the beginning of the year in kindergarten. He was struggling. He was not like, oh my God, like just go walking on in. He was crying at drop off many times. I remember one time vividly, he just did not want to let go of me. I mean, I was standing there and I had a call, so I was not, and I was like, I had to go. And I was, it was hard for me in both ways because I felt sad, but also frustrated. And he was holding on to, like, he was like gripping me. And we'd already let him like miss a day or so for like having some grace for his emotions and letting him ease into it. So I was like, you gotta go, buddy. And it was so hard. And he did not, we had to get like Mr. B, it's like one of the kind of like student teachers had to come like bring him into his class because you're not allowed to like bring them to the class. So very hard. He just did not want to go to school. Many mornings he was like, I don't want to go to school. Like, he doesn't like it. And then on the last day, it was like the second to last day, he had his kindergarten celebration, graduation, and I got to take him home after that. And so we were leaving, I don't know, we were just like walking, I think, to the car, and he was like, I love kindergarten. I love my kindergarten class. He was like, he made up this little song about how much he loved kindergarten. And then he also was like, oh, like, he was like, I'm sad. Like, I wish I could be with my same kindergarten class next year. So I will remember that memory forever. Like, I love that. It was so special. And it was so special. Like, I took that day off to be able to go to his kindergarten. It was like his celebration. I think it was like 9 to 11 or something. I took that day off of work and I took that day for us to just have like me and him time, solo time. And that's how I even got to create that memory and that experience. So don't discount. Think about all of the beautiful memories and experiences you got to have in these last 6 months. Okay, so that is a reflection, part 1. Let's move into part 2. Okay, part 2, we are going to reset. And I want to offer this these are 3 parts, and I do recommend doing like the reflection, the reset, and then the reignite. And if you can commingle them, right? Like maybe you have a chance to reflect for like 30 minutes and then you got to go be a mom and get to work. And so then you can start to do some of this reset work that I'm going to talk to now. And maybe you already know what you're going to keep some of those same goals for when we reignite. So it's okay to kind of bounce around. There is no right or wrong way to do this. You do not have to be some perfect A student who does, like, if you don't get the time to reflect until Sunday, but you know what your goal is, let's fucking start working on that goal today and we will make sure you reflect, okay, over the next week. And you can do some resetting stuff a little bit each day, right? So I just want to say that don't think you have to do this very rigidly, like 1, 2, 3, and you can't mix them, okay? This is, again, we are humans. We flow, okay? We're free. Let's get out of those boxes. Okay, so number 2 is to reset. So once we've reflected, starting to feel better, we're feeling lighter, we're feeling energized because we've turned our story of the last 6 months into powerful fuel is what you're taking away. You're like, fuck yes. Like, I did an incredible, amazing job with where I was at and what I had on my plate and all of those things. And holy shit, I accomplished actually a lot more than I thought. So we're feeling good now. We're feeling like nice and like, ah. And we might still have some things we need to let go: shame, guilt, any of that, any bad energy, any stuck energy that's still clinging to us. We want to let go of any dead weight. Okay. So to do that, I want to offer is to different ways to release. I'm going to give you guys some examples of what that looks like for me and what I would suggest, but you think about for you. What do you want to do to like reset, to like clear your plate, to let go of any of the old shitty thoughts, shitty feelings, anything? We want to release and let go in this phase. So, what I want to suggest, number one, is some movement, whether that's a walk, that's a run, that's whatever movement lights you up, but like get that energy out. And maybe that's a little bit every day, or maybe there's like one significant walk or run or swim or bike ride or lifting session that you're just like, you just fucking get after it. Like, I love to use a solid, like crush me type of workout in something like this, not just like, oh, one of my leisurely walks that I always take, but like something to like signify like a true release of energy. So like for me, that used to be, and I actually might do that this week. I haven't done it in forever. It's like running the stairs or like running the stairs with a weighted vest. I can remember, I specifically remember one day I was like feeling I had such shitty energy and like just did not feel good and heavy emotions. And I needed to release and let those go. And the way that I did that was, instead of kind of like taking it soft and being like, oh, well, I'll just relax on the couch and just, eat ice cream or do something like that, or like, or buy stuff. Like, I put on my fucking heaviest weighted vest that I had, which is my 24-pound one, I think, 40. I can't even remember. And I took I went for like a 7-mile run, and like, I felt so much better on the run, even though it was very challenging. I felt so much better because I was releasing all of those emotions and fucking shitty thoughts and feelings. So I would recommend not just like your normal walk or your normal run or workout, but I would really offer something significant and something really challenging for you, whatever that is. Okay. You guys do not have to do stairs and rated vest runs or like lift the way I lift, but like maybe it's lifting 10 pounds instead of 5 pounds. Maybe it's walking on an incline, the highest incline you can do, and picking up your pace. Maybe it's running a little bit faster or like on the trails instead of just like the flatness, right? Whatever it is, I really would offer something that releases a lot of energy, like all at once. Yeah. Okay. Dancing is a great way, just specifically, separately. Dancing is a really great way to really release some energy and feel good for our nervous system, for releasing, like you're literally shaking it out, shaking it, right? So dancing is a great one, especially you ladies. Okay, other ways to reset and release and let go is literally doing a summer, like summer clean, summer organize. Like, get rid of the old, get rid of the dingy old stuff that doesn't fit you anymore, that is not your style. Okay, we are not in high school anymore. We are not in college. We are not in our 20s or wherever you're at. Most of my listeners are not. Fucking let go of that shit. Y'all, let go of the stuff that fit before you had kids. Okay? I am like a new woman every single year, and you guys may not be at that level of growth, but like, your clothes and style most likely is not a true reflect. Like, if they're more than 5 years old, I highly doubt. There might be some of those clutch pieces, or a pair of jeans or something, but I highly doubt it's who the fuck you are now. Like, you are a grown ass fucking woman who's now lived life and been through the things. You get to decide who she is and what she looks like now moving forward. Let go of all that old shit. Let go of the old socks, panties, shorts, pants, tops. Do a little clean out of your closet. Do a clean out of the kitchen. I saw my freezer the other day and I was like, oh God, this is the part. We're going to release that so I can welcome in some beautiful new healthy foods in my freezer that I actually really want and that aren't freezer burned, right? Like, holy shit. That was like, so all of the ways. How can you release and let go of the things in your house? Maybe some summer organizing and cleaning. Okay. Maybe it's cleaning your car. Yeah. It could be, anything that's coming up there for you guys. Okay. And I want to share this too, because I had noticed, it was literally like this morning or the other day, I had some old socks in my sock drawer. And like, I tend to wear like long socks at night because I have cold feet. So I'm like always wearing some socks. And I had some that were in there that are, they were so old. There were like some that were probably like 5 years old, 10 years old. And they were still good, right? Quote unquote. Like, they still worked. They were still socks. And notice, I did not see these socks and think two shits about them last week, the last few months, any point in time in the last year, because we moved into this space about a year ago. I did not notice them or get rid of them, right? And then this morning, again, it was like this morning or last night, and I was like, oh, like, these have to fucking go. Like, what? And there were some of those, like, just, they weren't like running socks, but they're just like kind of everyday socks, but they're just kind of worn out. And I was like, oh, no. And it seems so small, you guys. I might be like laughing right now. Like, this seems so small and silly, but it fucking matters. What are you holding on to? That is the old version of yourself. That is the like, it's okay. I should still wear these and get use out of this because, it's not worn out or yet, or I could still use it. Whatever that is, if that's clothes or even if that's your kids' clothes, right? Anything that doesn't feel like you and where you're going, get out, or you're going to stay there. I promise you. Like that, I was like, oh, no, this is so not me. Like, this is not me. This is not where I'm fucking going. I do not want anything to do with these socks. I immediately put them in my Goodwill bag, like, out of here. So that's what I want to offer too for resetting. What's coming up for you guys? What do you need to really let go of so that we can actually take off like a fucking rocket ship these next 6 months? If you're being like, I want you to even think about, it's kind of like, if you think about, I guess a rocket ship, but I'm even thinking like, if you're like buried under old stuff, you got a ball and chain weight on you that's holding you back because of all the shame and the guilt and the things you're hanging on to from your past and how you acted then or what you did or didn't do, blah, blah, blah. That's a ball and chain holding you literally down. Okay. And then you're covered with a bunch of like raggedy old clothes or styles or things that don't feel like you. So then you're kind of shrinking down because you're just like, oh, you just feel like not yourself, embarrassed, ashamed. And then there's little weight on you, like that you can't like physically, versus if we let go of the ball and chain is like you run your energy, like, and the other thing I'm going to say is journaling to let go. So let's just say that one now. Journal, let it all fucking out. Whatever you want to say, the good, the bad, the ugly, like, let it out in a journal. Release that dead weight. Get rid of all of the things that you're buried under. And now, how much fucking faster can you go? Right? You're not going to run the best 40-yard dash with all of that weight on you and that ball and chain. It's going to take you fucking forever if you even go. Probably not. But if you let go of all of that, you release, you can move forward and you can go so fucking fast you could set records. Okay. I feel like I've said enough there. I'm going to take a little drink. Okay. Last thing I'll say about resetting too, I shared this with a client. This really felt like resonated with her. She also lived on the beach, near the beach. Is we talked about like throwing literal like stones into the ocean. She like threw some like literal stones into the ocean for each thing she wanted to like release and let go. So you could also do that. Go to a river, go to a lake, go to somewhere where you can throw some stones and literally release, let go. You could call out each of your things. I'm no longer available for this. This no longer is me. I'm releasing and I'm letting go of this relationship. I'm releasing and letting go of this weight that I have, of this pressure, of this shame. I'm releasing and I'm letting it go. Literally throw it away. Okay. And if there's some other version of that that resonates with you. Okay. Lastly, now we're ready to reignite. We've let go of all this weight, this dead weight, energy. We released it. And we got all of the juice and the goodness from reflecting. Now we're going to create and go into and reignite with what the freak we want over the next 6 months. Okay. So this is where we're going to write our goals and vision that are lighting us up now. Now that we've reflected and we've taken all the gold and we're like, oh, so your goals and your vision, this is a clean slate now. This has nothing to do if what you set as your goals at the beginning of the year, and you still have some of those and you still want to achieve those, great. That can be your goal. But if you started to puddle around and play, or you realized that's actually not what I fucking want, then drop it. Don't just take what you said at the beginning of the year and plug and play it here. This is a clean slate to reignite from. What I want you to do here for your vision and goals is literally check in. Now that you know what you know from the first 6 months, what do you want? What do you desire for these next 6 months? From a place of total desire, not because you should, because you set that at the beginning of the year, not because you have to, because if we don't continue the goal, then we're blah, blah, blah. People are going to, whatever. No, what do you want? What do you desire? So it could be the same. Maybe you're still working on it. You started working on it and you're still working on it. Great, let's fucking go. Maybe it's slightly modified and different, where you were like, I had a client who originally wanted to run an ultra marathon, and then she started to run and realized, oh shoot, I'm not quite ready for this yet. It was too much to put that much on because she didn't have a base quite yet. So it was like, oh, actually realizing her own body, not me telling her, but her realizing, oh, actually, with my newfound awareness, because I actually started going for this goal, I actually think I want to run a half marathon, not an ultra. I still want to run an ultra, but my first one, I want to run a half marathon. And that feels less heavy on my body, less, don't want to injure myself. Like I want to have fun and do this. Like that felt better for her. So it was a modified because what she learned from when she started, right? So maybe you just need to modify your goal and you're like, oh, wow, I thought I said I was going to, lose 20 or 30 pounds, but then I realized like my life is really full and busy. I have some other goals. So I actually would feel like I could lose 15 pounds. Or I just want to start focusing on the first 5. And like, that's where I want to start. Just, I want to lose 10 pounds in the next 3 months, something like that. So is it adjusted? Is it modified? Is it completely fucking different? That's also possible. Maybe you just realize, you know what? Just like I did at the end of the year when I was like, I don't want to run ultra marathons anymore. I'm done. I'm retired. I don't see myself. I mean, I'm not going to like sign my name in blood writing to that, but I don't feel the urge. I don't want to do it. It's not my thing anymore. I completely shifted. I like to lift. I like to walk. I did start running again these last couple weeks, but like 4 miles. I have no desire to go for a 10 or 15 mile run right now or to run an ultra. And that's okay. I completely did a total 180, and you can too. You can too, for whatever area of life that is in. Okay. Or did you hit your goals? maybe you hate your goals, right? And so now you need to make new goals because you're like, damn, I lost that 10 pounds like one of my clients did. Awesome. Now we're going to maintain it, right? And maybe we shift and we focus on something different. What is it for you? I gained my 15 pounds of muscle and then now I'm in my cut and I'll probably go back into gaining this next half of the year. But like that's right. Like I achieved my goals and now I'm like, ooh, excellent. Now I know how to do this. Let me do this some more, right? Or maybe it's doing something different. So those are all the different ways I want you to be able to look at and reigniting, creating your goals. And I want to offer a couple things, just a couple like side notes on this too, is one, I like to offer to pick just one or two big goals. So not 5 or 6 big goals. Okay. Just like one or two. I like to offer a body goal and a life goal. So like, if that's losing some weight, gaining some weight, like if it's setting a new PR, some kind of body goal. I like to offer that for sure. And then a life goal. Like, what's that big life goal? Are you going to leave your job? Are you going to start a business? Are you going to make more money? Are you going to have a baby? You're going to find the person of your dreams? You're going to reignite your marriage? Like, what is it for you? Just having one or two big ones and then having a variety of medium and small ones. And truly, you guys, this is what I mean. And when I say, and I feel and I live this, is what it means to have it all. Is having it all is not all your pillars of all areas of life are 100%. That is not, no, that does not exist. That's not how this game of life works. You can have it all, but we have to decide what pillar is at what percentage. Where are we at? Right? So, like, I'm not going to say I'm going to run an ultra marathon, 100-mile one, and I'm going to go on a speaker tour and for a book I just released, and I'm going to go speak all across the country for the next 6 months, and I'm going to get married. No. That is 3 major fucking big goals, right? And also would probably mean I spent like 0 time with my kids, probably spent like honestly 0 time with my partner who I would be getting married to, like because of those 2 major goals, just the speaking and the ultra would be like so fucking much time and dedication, right? So you have to decide, like make 1 or 2 big goals and then make some medium small goals. Maybe you're already in great shape and you're like, okay, great. I just want to PR on my hip thrust. Oh, great. That's not a big deal. That's like 10% of your time. You're already going to the gym. You're just like going to work that one a little bit harder and be more intentional about that one, right? Okay, no big deal. Or for somebody who's pretty experienced, or even like myself, for me to, gain another 10 pounds of muscle in these next 6 months, I'm not that worried about. I've done it. I'm really fucking good at it. I don't have problems getting my workouts in and, finding the nutrition to create that. Like, pretty much got that 80%. So that's not a big deal for me. But like building my business and being more visible and marketing and doing more of those things, that's work that I get to work on, right? So we all have our things. So you get to choose. And this is also, again, like, oh God, like I have all these things. How do I do this? This is what we do in coaching and the Hot as Fuck membership. Is you get to bring all your questions, all your concerns, all your like, oh my gosh, wait, Samantha, what about this? What about this? How do I do that? What? And we fucking flush that out so you get clear as day to what you need and how, and the plan to create that moving forward. Okay. So kind of on that, another side note is that I just did a podcast on this separately, but I just have to drop this mention here, is that make sure based on your goals that you have an equal action plan to create those. This is not, when I talk about magic and like possibility, this isn't like you snap your fingers and you just won the lottery, right? This is not just complete la la land. This is real life, okay? And so to create what we want, we have to actually take the actions. We can't say, oh, I want $1 million and to be the hottest fucking body in the world sitting on our couch eating ice cream. No, that's not the way it works. So whatever your goals are, make sure that you have an equal action plan to get those. So what does that look like to be able to create your goal? I'm not going to go into depth here because I have a whole podcast on it. And again, this is the work that we do inside of coaching where you get to tease out and we will literally create your plan together. So it's not like, oh, I want to achieve this. And then you're left empty handed in 3 months or 6 months because your plan didn't match up with it. And you didn't know how to create that plan that actually created the results that you desired. And that the goals and the vision you had was truly, I like to say, realistic yet challenging. So it's not like, oh, I'm just like first time ever starting a business and I'm going to make $1 million in 6 months. And it would be like, well, that's possible, but like, and you're scared to post on social media and you've never had an Instagram account before or anything like that. You don't even have an offer. You're still lost in what are you even going to do? No. Then we would say, well, let's create something and get started. And let's say you could make $20,000 by the end of the year with your business. Like that is where we're talking about matching up the action plan with your beautiful goals and desires. Like what can we actually achieve in the next 6 months together? And what's the actual action plan to create that? You want to make sure you have that feels really clear and aligned. Okay. Okay. And lastly, I want to say about creating your goals now and this reignite part is like we've talked about I talk a lot about big goals and we talked about the big goals and even medium goals, but like I really want to speak to these like small goals and even medium goals. It's like this isn't just again, just hit the goal, the 1 or 2 big goals and everything matters about that. Like yes, I want you guys to have something that challenges you, that grows you, that has you really like lit up and doing the work for. Like 1 or 2 of those. And I want you to have some like this should feel like your whole land of like goals over the next 6 months should feel like the Trolls movie. Like overall. And again, there are things that happen that are like the bad guys come in, right? But it should feel really magical and really fun and light and like your natural energy towards these goals and this vision you have is like fun. It's light. It's like, let's fucking go. It's like rocket ship. It's like energizing, right? That's how the whole, like the painted picture of your vision and your goals create for the next 6 months should feel. It should not feel like a fucking heavy weighted blanket just got tossed on you. And you're like, now go get these. Like, cause you've got all of this on top of you and you better achieve these and you better get these. No, 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 no. This is like from a place of such desire, of such possibility, of such fun and adventure. We're like, let's fucking go. Let's get after it. And so within that, have some small goals too. Like, for example, I definitely still want to keep dancing more. And I was able to get to like a hip hop dance class like once a month. It's not huge, but it was definitely more than I did in the last year. And I'm so freaking proud of myself. And it was so fun. And I'm going to keep doing that. And who knows, maybe I'll make it twice a month these next 6 months. But like going to dance classes, dancing more is a small, fun goal for me. And it's like no pressure. I'm not trying to fucking be Beyonce's next backup, on stage touring with Beyonce, right? It's not, I'm not there. I just want to have some fucking fun and dance. Like that's it. I went to a line dancing class a couple months ago and I only went once, but it was still really fun and I definitely plan to go again. So, what are some fun small goals that you want to make too? And then the last thing I'll say is remember how we talked about experiences and memories in reflecting the last 6 months? I would also offer to consider and think about What experiences and memories do you want to make in these next 6 months? Aside from the goals, right? It's just like maybe like I have a business conference I'm going to next month. Shout out Hell Yes Live. If you still want to get in, you can. And let me know. Actually, I'll drop the link in the podcast show notes. But it's with probably like my favorite like mentor business coach that I aspire to because she's incredible. She is a married, a fabulous relationship, mom of 4 kids, running multiple businesses at the 7-figure level. Like, and she still has time for massages. She works out, takes care of her fucking body like a boss, and still has time for like the fun stuff like gardening and watering her plants and massages and self-care. And that to me is like chef's kiss. I'm like, yep, that's exactly what I'm going for. So I'm so excited that I'm going to this conference. I'm going to meet a shit ton of incredible other men and women there I've already started to connect with. I'm sharing a room with my girls. We got the quad at the Manchester Hotel, which the Manchester Hotel I've never been to Lexington, Kentucky. And so it's going to be my first time there. I'm staying with 3 other girlfriends, and the 4 of us are going to stay in this fabulous hotel in this room together. I cannot wait to have 3 days of girl time and be with my business coach and meet some other incredible business owners. Like, fuck yeah. That's going to be a memory and experience I do not forget for the rest of my life. Like, that's coming up in the next 6 months for me. So, what are the things, the memories, the experiences? If it's a girls' trip, if it's a vacation, if it's, y'all, it doesn't even have to be that big. It could be like going out to dinner. Like for my birthday, we did a girls' dinner. I want to repeat that and do that again. I have some workshops planned and events planned for this fall and winter, like some really fucking fun, different things. So it's like, those are memories and experiences. And I don't care if 2 people show up or 50 people show up. The fact of like me doing that and us having fun and like doing things different lights me up and makes it is so exciting. It could be like my mom's coming for Christmas. Like, what are those things also that are going on your calendar on your next 6 months? Okay. Whew, okay. I need some more water here. Give me just a minute. All right, you guys. That is the 3 steps: reflect, reset, and reignite, so that you can go into these next 6 months feeling so fucking powerful, so empowered, so ready to get after it and create so many more results than you even did in the first half of this year, that you feel ready to double down on them, that you're motivated, that you're excited. And it's not just fleeting motivation that you hear me, chim chiming now and then it dissolves. No, this is the kind of when you do this work. And I would offer when you have a coach and the support to help you continue this, and you don't just do this for, this week and then life happens in a week and then you're like, fuck, right back in the same spot I was. Get the support and the coaching that you need, honestly, whether that's with me or with somebody else, so that you can do this work all 6 months. Yes? Okay, so lastly, I've dropped it already, but I'm going to drop in the show notes. If you guys are like, yes, let's fucking go. I have some goals, some dreams, some memories, some experiences that you want to create over the next 6 months. Let's do that together. In my world, we don't just work on your hot AF body, we work on your body and your life. Literally, I've worked on relationships, whether that's family, friends, communicating, that is partnerships, that's dating. That's been a huge part of what we've been working on these first 6 months with my clients. We've been working on our hot AF bodies, losing 10 pounds, training for races, whatever it is that you want to achieve. I've gained my muscle, right? We get to do it all in this space together. It's really special. It's really incredible. It's really supportive. It will get you to where you want to go. So if that's something you are looking for, you feel called to, then I would love to work with you. I would love to see what that looks like. So you can just click the link in the bio or in the show notes, and then or you can DM me on Instagram at Samantha Nivens and let's have a conversation. Okay. All right, you guys, I am so excited for the end of this first 6 months. It honestly almost feels like the end of a year. Like that's my energy around it, is like, holy shit, I'm squeezing the juice just from the first 6 months of this year, not even a full year yet, so that I can go into the next 6 months like baller AF, doubling down, getting the most results potentially I've ever gotten in my life. Like that's how I'm feeling. And so I hope you guys feel the same after going through these exercises. Or if you want to work together after hearing this, then let's go and let's make it happen. All right, you guys, I will see you again soon. Bye.